Hello, internet friends. My name is Bay. Welcome to my DAWNTRAIL patch 7.2 Seekers of Eternity MSQ finale. This is going to be the end to the Final Fantasy XIV 7.2 whole run with the trial and the 2 follow-up quests. So we start with Recollection. Calyx's trail has led you to Alexandria's castle and into a wicked trap. Seeking to take more precise measurements of your strength, Calyx pits you against a mechanical guardian forged from Sphne's memories of Zelenia, the second in command of the Royal Knights. The Queen implores you to lay this affront to her dear friend's honor to rest. Make ready to test your mettle against one of Alexandria's finest blades. Now, hopefully, the queue isn't too long. And at the center of the chamber are Calyx and the Simulant, the former stating that he has one trial, literally a trial, with which to test your mettle before a hulking mass of metal descends onto the arena. The Simulant addresses it as Zelenia. Zelenia. I thought it was an A? No? Who was second in command of Alexandria's Royal Knights. Overcome with rage at this affront, Sphne begs your aid in destroying the ignoble machine, even though it means you will be playing right into Calyx's hands. Here we go. Let's do it. I have watched the extreme of this fight, so I guess I know some of the things she'll do. Obviously, she'll do different things than normal. Doesn't mean I won't get totally blasted.
I am Zelenia Triantaphili.
Okay.
Royal Knight of Alexandria, and sworn blade of Her Majesty the Queen.
Oh. Very cool.
Upon my blade I swear, no harm shall come to Her Highness.
You will not defile Zelenia's memory any longer.
Oh, that is an out and then an in? Ooh!
Feel the sting of my divine blade!
Kinda nasty?
I know this technique. You must keep moving.
Yes. Okay, it's a drop then move.
Have at you!
Oh, the side with her sword? Okay. Sword side. In. And out.
Fall!
Should I do 2 of these? Yeah. In the extreme is multiple versions,
her
I
blade
guess.
work should be recreated so faithfully.
And the tank busters.
I will suffer none to threaten Alexandria! Heavens roar!
Okay. Nope. There we go.
Have care. Zelenia was capable of much more.
It is only 75%, Sphne, I get it.
I will show you the soul of a royal knight!
This is pink, so you can't immune? Oh.
For the honor and glory of Alexandria, I strike!
She is a little loud. Her voice is loud, that's for sure. Oh. Cool.
No more games.
No more games!
Quickly! Away from the sigils!
Thank you, Speed.
The sigils channel magic! Be on your guard!
It is a little hard to see because I have everyone's spell effects turned on. It is a bit of a mess.
You've no time even to fear my wrath.
You must brace for blade and magic both.
Have at you.
Oh, I went through the middle. The middle is still the bleed pit. Ah! That bleed is not fun. I think I got hit by that twice leaving it.
Taste my steel.
There's a lot going on visually. We're getting Awk-mourned. Got it. Or Electro-mourned, I guess.
There is no escape.
It's a
Surge.
right side sword. No? What's the blob gotta do? Is it moving to platforms to blow up? Oh, the tank walked through the middle.
Have at you.
Can the red mage get the res? Oh, I'm on the wrong side because she did. It was right side sword. Okay. I'm sort of waiting to see if the red mage reses.
Fall.
They have a mana problem right now.
I know this is merely a reconstruction, and yet...
My dot time is so bad.
I have pledged my life to the kingdom.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh.
Have at you.
Okay.
My resolve shall never waver.
I did turn the voice down. It was a little loud. It's because of the modulation on the effect. It's a little loud.
I am sworn to protect my queen. I will die before I yield.
Have to change sides though. Is she doing half room now? Oh no, she just be blowing up. Okay. Oh, the slashes. Two different delays. Okay.
Have at you.
Oh, that's still, the floor still goes off when they, okay. So you still have to dodge in then out. And then get next to the one that's going to be safest first. We're out and then in. Let's pop some wings, why not? Yeah, I should have woven that and then moved, but whatever. Tank busters.
That's right. Zelenia was always there to protect me.
Okay. Side's not gonna go to. Left of boss.
Fall!
Oh, crap. Okay.
Taste my steel!
I think even going over it is not a thing where you get electro-mourned.
Rage and royal!
Yeah, no shit.
Have at you!
Well, can I touch the middle? We should be okay. So yeah, knowing the extreme didn't help that much because I definitely don't understand the timing.
Surge!
I don't understand the timing of the floor panels yet. Oh, it's going there. Oh, crap. We're in. Okay, it ended. In and out other side. Yeah. Very cool.
Graceful display. Forgive me, my queen.
Very cool.
I have failed you.
Yeah, I'm not doing the extreme of this until this weekend. So that was cool. Voice modulation was a little loud. Oh, has a portrait. Does Sphene say anything? Thank you for keeping me from harm. Well, that's what Zelenia wanted to do, but our whole like Halo thing plopped off. The art of how her like hair, her giant braid locks are just like, what? Like big engines kind of, or like, it's such a cool design. It's also like steampunkish and kind of clockworky with all these little like dial twisty parts and the vents. Her hair becomes like a backpack, kind of like Space Marine-ish. These three giant braids, or at least braid adjacent, is giant robot. This is all a hologram, so I guess when we leave, is the hologram going to turn off? We're going to be in that cruddy room again. We put the voice back to normal for the. Because I imagine we're going back to a voice cutscene. Yeah, the vents sort of. Yeah, it looks cool. So we need to. Oh, okay.
Did you get what you needed?
Yo, they animated a pen flip. The top of the hand pen flip around the thumb thing. What the heck? And the new animation with evil weird AI Sphene with the finger head thing and the smile. That's cool.
I did. Though these figures will complicate matters.
So, see you next patch then? Is that what you're telling me?
Is that so? Well, if we are done here, then I shall end the transmission. Hold it!
No.
If you have no scruples about thus defiling the memories of Zelenia, then there is no way we will ever see eye to eye.
No.
You are not fit to be entrusted with the cherished memories of Alexandrians.
I, for one, have no wish to employ the fruits of my research in this manner. It is a waste of time and effort. But since I relinquished my flesh long ago, I must resort to every conceivable method, so long as the hero insists on keeping the key.
Aha. That's me.
Why do you so oppose our objective? With the key, we would be able to harvest ether from other reflections and bring forth more endless. We could give this chance to evolve not only to the people of the Ninth, but to those of the Source as well. I see no reason why you should reject such a boon.
I want you to lay a finger on the reflections. You're aware of the connection between the world. Oh, interesting. I wonder how much different dialogue is. You're aware of the connection between the worlds. He knows of the shards.
Oh, don't tell me you thought you were the only ones who knew. That is the height of hubris.
Wow.
Well, I'd say our conversation has run its course. Ultimately, what you think is immaterial, for the seeds we've sown have already quickened. The people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it. And thus does my role come to an end. The rest I leave in your capable hands, Calyx.
As a token of gratitude for consenting to my tests, I leave you with a gift. Be sure to take it with you.
Fiend's crown, because the fake one obviously is immaterial, so crown not real. It's all a hologram, right? Zelenia was kind, but she could be spurned. A pillar of strength when I ascended the throne in troubled times. Not only did she protect me, but also buoyed my spirit whenever it threatened to buckle under the pressures of my station. By preserving her memory and honor, you've done more for me than you could know. Thank you. Now into the Underkeep with a party of NPC avatars. Indeed, the Storm Surge has been added to the Unending Codex. Everkeep has been added to the Unending Codex. Speaking of which, let me... where is it again? Oh god. Collection, Unending Codex. I guess I had it right here, but I moved it from the Mogpendium. So we still got these codex updates. But yeah, there was no lore throughout the dungeon. I guess because Shale was talking to us, so that's a different way to do it. I usually really look forward to the little bits and pieces when we go through that like tell different stuff and little data logs and whatever. But I guess this one does not have it. All right then, move on to quest number 7, Shared Paths. Sphene stands in silence.
Zelenia, it pains me to think that you're gone too.
Aha! Oh, we found you at last.
There she is.
You had us quite worried when you suddenly disappeared. What in the world happened?
Trial boss. Yeah, so here's a standard fade to black, fade back
Then
in.
preservation's objective is indeed what Calyx claimed. But for them to know about the source and the shards, and to refer to theirs as the 9th, that raises some questions.
True, I didn't really process that at the time. Unless the dialogue choice I got was the simulant being all spicy about my hubris. Maybe. Okay. The 9th. Quick, someone pull up the wiki.
Indeed. But for now, I'm just glad the two of you are safe. Oh, right. While we were scouring the castle for you, we came upon a room that looked like a library.
Okay.
By learning about the Alexandria of old, we may gain valuable insights into preservation. Might we take a number of books with us? So books still remain. Of course. You are welcome to any that may be of use.
If you don't mind, could we take a look around here first? I'm especially curious about the area over by the throne.
Indeed.
This tiara. It was hers. The Endless Fiend's. What's it doing here?
Being a MacGuffin, being a tracking device.
It's a type of regulator, I believe. It contains the data of the Endless Fiend's memories. Calyx likely used it to create the simulant.
Ew. True.
Which means that as long as the tiara is in our keeping, we shouldn't need to deal with any more simulants. Strange that he would abandon it, though. Perhaps because the simulant already played her role, like she said. Or Calyx made a copy of the memories. In any case, not much information of import appears to remain on this terminal. But I'll make it so we can access it remotely from the back room.
Oh, okay.
This contains the memories of another me. The tale of her journey as Queen of Alexandria. Might I hold on to this tiara? You may examine it whenever you wish, of course.
What's the worst that could happen?
It would be for the best, I think. Does that work for you, Shale?
No objections from me. All right, I'm finished. Let's head to the library, and then back outside.
Yeah, we don't get to tell her to not put it on. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be part of the next patch, if it's not a little bit already in the final bit here.
Farewell, Zelenia.
Oh, I'll see her on Saturday when she kicks our ass a bunch in Extreme. Don't worry, I'll see her again. Yeah, I'll see her again. That's for certain. Oh, we're back. I'm glad everyone's safe. Based on the geographic data I gathered, it seems that inner section containing the castle served as a residential area during the early stages of Everkeep's construction. The outer section was then added when they expanded the structure into its present-day shape. I expect the system to dry the earth was installed so that they could build a stable foundation on submerged land. So it was still underground then, but well, the pictures on the wall shows like a skyline, so... The Endless Fiend was just a projected image outside living memory, so it was a bit of a surprise to see an actual item that belonged to her. Way back, I asked Shale why the tiara might have been in the throne room. She believes that it was being used to record Fiend's actions. Wait, is this if you skip the cutscene? There's no way to tell whether or not it was with her knowledge. And it can't be used for questionable ends anymore. So we can at least take comfort in that. Well, maybe. If it is just a giant USB stick, or if it becomes a plot device. The interference made it impossible to locate you, and prevented link pearl transmissions besides. Apologies that we couldn't be there for the critical moment. As usual, you find a way to handle matters. We do have the MacGuffin stone. Calyx seemed to consider the reflections naught but fields to be harvested for his endless. I do not make a habit of dismissing the assertions of others out of hand, assertions rather, but I cannot abide such callous disregard for life. Oh, it's use some to save other life, the whole exchange principle, but that's usually a very evil villain, mustache twirling kind of thing. The simulant gave the impression that she wouldn't be back. I suppose only time will tell, and at present we have no further leads on Calyx. Yep, see you in 5 months. For now, perhaps we could take a moment to contact our friends. It would be good to catch each other up on recent developments, and I'm certain everyone would appreciate hearing from you. I'll take the opportunity to review the books from the castle, and one grimoire in particular, which we won't know about. She won't okay. Oh, or just... Yo, let's ring up Thancred. Yo, Thancred. What's up? Do we contact them all in our order, or we get to pick what order we call them in? They're collecting the data on this for the dating sim that's going to eventually come down the line. Who do people click on first, second, third, fourth? When the reputation system comes in. Absolutely. There's only one right answer here. Is there? One right answer. Yeah, it's Aaronville. Fellow bun boy. Let's go. Hey, this is a surprise. Was Wuklamot got into trouble again? I see. Knowing you, I expect you'd already looking forward to the next obvious trap. Try not to overdo it. Do we get to pick one? Oh no, now it's gonna update them and we get little vignettes. Okay. I'm in the outskirts at the moment. I've been helping the people with their work and talking to those I met to gauge their sentiment. It's been uneventful for the most part, but there was one notable development. Following recent events, some here stopped wearing regulators. This led to a disparity in what people remember about the Queen's death and the occasional episode of confusion. I'll be sure to let you know if there are any other changes. Yep. See you in a future patch, Aaronville. Okay, we can just do all of them. Yep, you got it right. No, it's not. All right, let's do Alizé, and then we'll do blue Alizé. I'm just going bottom to top, just for whatever reason. Yes, hello? Hey? For you to call it blue, is something wrong? Why is that face? What? You went all the way to the bottom of Everkeep and you didn't think to ask me to come? My bad. She do be like fighting. I suppose it's been fairly busy myself. Suppose I've been fairly busy myself. Oh. Please say that we've received permission to begin administering the cure for Levin sickness to citizens. They used porksies to figure that out. Sucks out the bad ether through their noses. We learned that in I think we used it in both Shadowbringers and Endwalker, right? Wasn't it in? Obviously Shadowbringers, that's where we found the porksy the first time. Yeah, it's definitely both, yeah. I should need to visit a boy named Milos shortly. Isn't that the kid from the MSQ? I think that's the kid from the MSQ, to drop a name like that. To see how he is responding to his treatment. You've been there before, with Lamachi, I believe. The two of you should attend, as well if you have time. Oh, sure, okay. Bringing that story hook back in. I mean, Aaronville's is clearly like, I'll talk to you later. Whereas Alizé's is like, here's a little bit more from the main story that we'll expound upon a little bit. All right, time for blue Alizé. Ah, excellent timing, my friend. I had a mind to call you myself to see how you were faring. Calyx. Well, something was obviously afoot. I couldn't have imagined that such an individual would be involved. 'Tis well you were able to prevent the simulant from sowing further uncertainty. That said, her absence may have consequences. This is cool. I like this. It's a way to... It's very anime to have like the talking scene and then just have the still images and people talking over it. Obviously, it's this technique. But it's cool to have a connection point to not have every single character here, but at least still have something that connects you back to these characters that are involved. Now, I was memeing about Thancred, but Thancred and Oriange were in the main story. We haven't really seen them since then. And a little bit of the patch content. So I'm wondering where those lads are. People of Alexandria still have great trust in Sphene, his play in the way they speak of her even now, and in how the simulant was able to win them over. When they notice she has ceased to appear again, rumor and worry will spread. We must be mindful of any pronounced shift in the mood of the populace. But forgive me. It's been battle after battle for you, hasn't it? You can handle ourselves for now, so pray rest up while you can and recover your strength. Yeah, rest for about 5 months. It's like 4 to 5 months between patches now, so. Major patches. It's a bit of like a, yeah, hollow recorder oriented. Yeah, it's different ways to have, because normally whenever they do storytelling in this game, they've always had to have the characters present. They don't do a lot of, I mean, they did the montage, the time passage catch-up montage in this one, and then they're doing this sequence here. That's neat. I mean, so far I've really enjoyed the presentation of how this patch has worked, mostly because there's more voice acting. 7.1 was rough because it was like voice acting at the start, and then the whole like middle section was no voice acting, which was rough. And then there was some towards the end, so it was sparse as heck. This one has been mostly almost all voiced in each quest, at least. It was just the one section of the cafe that wasn't. If it isn't, Bay, is something the matter? So preservation is behind the recent intrigue. Doesn't surprise me. I'm glad to hear you are none the worse for your trials, though. Took a few Vuln stacks, that's for damn sure. As for myself, I just concluded a meeting with Gossan. I told him about the cure for Levin sickness. We formed a tentative plan to treat all those who are stricken, and now otherwise unoccupied. So I shall take a look around the government sector to see if aught is amiss. So you're working with Alizé then? Directly, at least, with the Levin sickness stuff. Okay. And if this Calyx is obsessed with the key, then I ought to begin studying it in earnest as well. And the boys, Aaronville and Alphino, are doing outer city, inner city. Okay. It's just tough with a cast of characters that's so big. I mean, the B-roll Scion characters aren't, they only get brought up here and there in small places, but there's so many main cast members now. It's like, what, 12? So it's hard to give all of them screen time. Being able to contact people so far away so easily can do wonders for your peace of mind. Link pearls really are convenient things. A little uncomfortable, though. I'll take a look at the preservation terminal. Hopefully there'll be something useful. Urge me to think. We're being led on by Calyx, but I'll do my best to find clues of his passage. I'll be able to reach everyone. That as well. Everyone but the two lads. Where are the uncles at? Well, the uncle and the dad. Because Thancred's a dad. And Oriandra's an uncle. Clues of his passage. Yeah, so the last thing he said to us, I guess. I feel like she's referring to the answer if I would have asked the other question, but I chose the one about the reflections, and I got like bitchy Sphene answer from the hologram. I thought I heard Aliza yelling. Hope everything is all right. Yeah, she definitely would have, yes. That's what the face was for. It's probably yelling right in my ear. That's good. Very on brand. Red Mage, LB3 right in your ear canal. What did this have to say, if I may ask? They finished treating Milos. We have to go and visit him. Would you mind if I accompanied you? I understand he's afflicted with the self-same condition as I was. And I cannot help but worry for him. Of course. We don't mind at all. In the meantime, I shall take myself around Solution 9 and see how things are. I share Alphino's concern about the Queen's absence. And even setting that aside, the situation is not like to resolve itself while becoming endless remains an option. I had been meaning to visit some shops, so I shall join you, Kryl. He's got tomestones to spend. New gear is out, so he's gotta go spend the tomestones. Everyone's out and about. I'll try to pick up Calyx's trail. See if I can dig up some information about the key for Y'shtola as well. I'll help you. Seems we all have things to do. Still, there's no telling what else Calyx might have planned, so please be careful, everyone. All right, let's go to Milos' apartment in the residential radius 914, if I remember correctly. Yes. I don't remember the number. It's just in the giant residential tower. The very Fifth Element coded building. Lamachi told me all about Milos. She said he was around my age, but couldn't leave his bed. I'd like to meet him next time, and we can be friends. Calyx is more clever than anyone has the right to be, but I'll sniff him out somehow. Leave it to me. Indeed. I mean, the Azim Soulstone, the MacGuffin Stone, is definitely powerful enough to do many a thing. So, specifically if it's part of how the key maybe depends on where that originated from, because there's the same symbol we saw in the cutscene when you activate it. It's the same ancient symbol. So I will be curious to see how that plays into it, because it feels like you can only keep doing this. Our character can sort of solve everything with our MacGuffin rock, because it has been happening a lot before it just kind of gets maybe a little tired. Talk to the clerk to go in the room, probably. Nope. Is it the other door opens? This one? Yeah. Not the big double door. It's quite the apartment. I mean, they're studio apartments. Chocobo! Yeah, Tron apartment. Very cyberpunk, actually. Oh, she's making some burgers? Milos is sitting up. Okay. This is Adora. That's mom. I understand my endless self visited Milo often. I actually don't know if it's Milo or Milos. The S could be silent. Yeah, Milos or just Milo. I don't think Milo has the silent S in it, though. But we're in anime land. I will keep quiet so as to not draw suspicion. There you are. Next time something is in the offing, you better remember to call on me. Yeah, well, you... Look, Milos is sitting up. I've seen the treatment before, so I knew it would work, but it's still so amazing. Alize and Nishtilla are miracle workers. It's good to see you again, and a delight to know you and Alize are friends. So be very she's been very kind to us. She just yelled at me. She's just freaking blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Hello again. You came before with Queen Sphene. I'm glad you came again. I believe he'll be fine now, but just for good measure, I'll administer a healing spell. Red Mage healing spell? I mean, he's a kid, so maybe it's enough potency to matter. Oh, never mind. He's getting Porksy beamed.
I once hoped that Milos at least might be made an endless.
Milos.
Then he wouldn't need to suffer anymore.
This is even voiced? This patch goes hard.
You feel different now? Thanks to Alize, Milos is on the road to recovery. He can grow up and live a normal life. And I want to be there with him every step of the way. To grow old with him as his mother and not something else.
Fair. Porksy butt. Yep.
That should do it. You're doing well, I'm glad to say.
Thank you, Alize.
You're welcome, Milos. Now, you'll feel breathless for a little while still, but don't fret. It'll get easier to speak with time. That said, we can't rule out the possibility of a relapse. As a precaution, I would keep him away from lightning-infused objects.
Lightning. Does that include regulators?
It does. I understand if it's difficult for you to part with something that you've worn for so long, though, so it's entirely up to you.
No. For Milos' sake, I will do it. And if the environment here isn't good for him, I must consider moving outside the dome. You two would be more than welcome in Tulihiola. It's very assuring to hear that. If you don't mind, could you tell me about the process?
I'm happy. I can talk again. Before, I couldn't even thank my mother for caring for me. But now we can talk lots. I can tell her that I'm happy, that I like it when she strokes my hair.
Your mother is happy to talk to you as well, I'm sure.
Queen Sphene always cheered me up. Always said that she would cure me. Today, I'll practice walking with Mother. And next time, I'll go and visit you.
Thank you for explaining everything.
We'll come again to check on you. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. Right. Let's get going, shall we?
Please come back soon. You too, miss.
That was nice.
It's good to see Milos doing so well.
The echo's crazy.
The Endless Me gave him the strength to hang on, and she didn't rely on any special power to do so.
She wanted her people to be happy. Even though we had to fight, her love for them was very real, and it reached Milos.
I wish to be there to watch him grow as well. To make my way beside the people of Alexandria. In the name of his evolution, Calix has wrought much unease and misery, and I cannot condone his path. No, I shall forge ahead on a path of my own. One that honors the memory of my other self.
Nice. All right. What's the setup gonna be for the next patch? What's the cliffhanger gonna be for the next 5 months? Just let's go. Let's go have the sweet, you know, recovery moment with character from the main story. And we're gonna get some terrible pending doom. I know how this game works. I've been playing it for 4 years. I wish the Endless Fiend could have been here to see Milos. As I treated Milos with Angelo, I couldn't help but think of Gabu and Halric. Wonder how they've been. Holy crap, she just name dropped Gabu? Is that a Heaven's Ward? Halric is Stormblood. All right, we got some callbacks here, but calm down with that. Don't. Phew. Good grief. I guess technically that part was Endwalker. Sure. I mean, that may be fair. When that interaction was, because we were learning about the Porksies. Yeah. That is true enough. True. Well, this is a foreboding little vignette. Oh, was treating of Halric Shadowbringers as well, but the characters from Stormblood, right? That's what I'm getting. Lots of characters in this, okay? We just went over the fact that it's hard to keep all of them in place. Even Jesse Cox's like ARR Realm Reborn video, he doesn't even go over all the characters because there's like 30 other ones or whatever that he shows in a giant picture that he just doesn't even talk about because there's too many. Oh, Halric is the boy at the camp. I thought it was the B Team Scion guy that was in the wheelchair. I'm getting my, see, it's so many damn characters. Because this game's large story, okay? That's right. It's the one that Alize was, yeah. Holy. Okay, well, enough faffing. And getting confused by the sheer number of characters in this entire story. Look, it's only like 300 hours long. The whole story. That's true. That's true. That's very true. That's quite true. Yep. It's a long story. Good grief. Okay. Quest 8, the finale of this 7.2 patch. Name of the patch, of course, Seekers of Eternity. Sphene is in higher spirits. Milos is a kind and brave boy. It did me well to see him. One day I hope that I can speak with him about my other self. Come, let us turn to the back room. On the way, let us pick up treats for our friends. A little gift to show our appreciation for their hard work. I mean, Raha's already buying new tombstone gear, okay? He's already buying his own stuff. Holy crap, another voiced cutscene? Oh my, dude, this patch goes crazy.
Citizens of Alexandria, please be advised. The distribution of neo-regulators has concluded. We ask that all recipients equip their regulators and promptly complete device registration.
That's normal. Where's the weird part?
The evolution of our kind is at hand. Together we shall rise above death and bask in the infinite possibilities of eternal life.
Are like 5,000 citizens about to drop dead because their corporeal form gets downloaded and to be made into a program? Like, these two Lalafels next to me are just gonna like fall on the ground?
What is this?
Evolution? What evolution?
The glorious evolution? Victor, is that you? Sorry.
Those with neo-regulators will become endless, apparently.
Wait, like forcibly? You know, are Milos and his mother taking them off by now? It's been a few minutes since we walked out.
You mean there's no more? Well, don't you feel lucky?
Whoa.
Don't look at me like that. Queen Sphene said there were only so many.
I haven't registered mine yet. The more I thought about it, the more unsure I felt about becoming an endless.
Okay. Only registered regulators. So will all the other ones just turn off?
Well, I registered right away. Anything to stop those terrible nightmares of being killed by mechanical soldiers.
Ultimately, what you think is immaterial, for the seeds we've sown have already quickened.
Yeah.
The people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it.
Where are they gonna put them? Are they just forcibly turning back on the Golden City? We shut that all down. We crashed the computer, the mainframe. Shit.
I see. The terror of their first encounter with death still lingers in their hearts. Having previously been spared even the idea of it, they know not how to handle the emotions.
The funeral was meant to give everyone the chance to come to terms with loss, to grieve and move forward together. But everyone who was wearing a regulator had their memories of that moment erased. And to see those oblivious, happy souls, those who remembered must have wondered if it might not be better to be like them, to go back to a time when death didn't exist.
And now they've been presented with the chance to do just that by becoming an endless. It's not hard to see why they would consider it.
If this fear of death continues to spread among the people, what will become of Alexandria? The gifts for our friends will have to wait. We should return to the back room at once.
Oh, you're safe. That broadcast had us worried. The entire populace is on edge.
So Alphino and the others are still out there.
We have a situation on our hands. A civilian has been killed by a mechanical soldier here on Trueview.
What's up, Nostalgia? How you doing?
Wayakwe is on the scene and reports that the problem unit has been subdued by another sentry.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense. Only someone with the King of Resolve's authority could order a soldier to do that.
So, Calyx, got it.
Not good. I tried to check the status of the authority, but was blocked from the core system.
It's probably what he was working on in the first cutscene when he was like splicing all the lines and code together.
Given recent developments, I'd wager that Calyx is responsible for this.
Perhaps we should go and see for ourselves.
It's me. There's been an incident in the outskirts.
No, it's the boy. The other boy. There's many.
A mechanical soldier attacked a local resident. For no apparent reason.
Are they attacking the ones that did not choose? The ones with unregistered regulators and such?
Fortunately, several nearby hunters dealt with the rogue machine, so everyone is safe. But if other soldiers were to... Wait. Is that... Oh gods. More hostile sentries are bound for the settlement. I'll try to lure them away and then lose them somehow.
Erenville, you don't have a battle job. You're a gatherer job 100 with no other jobs.
Ill tidings, I take it.
In the outskirts, too?
You'll go and help Erenville, won't you? We couldn't forgive ourselves if he came to harm. I'll have Geode join you from Earth and Sky.
I'm coming too. I can't stay here while my people are in danger.
Let's go.
Told you. Okay. Geode, can you hear me? Something's happened to the outskirts. Let me just blink out of existence right in front of you, Shiel. BRB. Or maybe not, I guess. Or who am I gonna glare? No one. I don't see Erenville. Pray he hasn't come to harm. The people here took care of me, giving me food and making sure I was all right. I can't bear to imagine the soldiers hurting them. So this is how it is outside. These clouds, never mind. Finding Erenville is what matters right now. True, it's her first time out. I mean, everything has happened to her in the last couple of hours, so... Things have settled down here, but I still see no sign of Erenville. Let's split up and look for him. Gulja, Sphene, please search the settlement area. Meanwhile, the rest of us can defend ourselves. We'll head further out. Indeed. Oh, Erenville has sneak. It's true. Nothing should aggro him. He has sneak. Yup, Ye's Halo. Some of the names. Right by the fate. Giant chicken lizard thing. Yeah, that's the B rank mob. Oh, yeah, I was figuring it was going to be one of these little combats. Swords! 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 I can't even do the other swords because they're dead. No, the biggest swords! Quickly! This Thunder Spirit had it coming. If you can't do your swords combo as a paladin, what are you even... What's even going on? What's even happening? Are you even playing Paladin? I mean, it did live longer than the 3 robots, but it didn't take the whole combo. I was hitting them with other things. Like, they got hit with Imperador and everything else, too. And I got hit with the whole Confiteor combo. The Confiteor combo, or whatever the hell. Yeah. I just ran out on the last hit. So, and there were 3 of them, and I wasn't hitting them all, I don't think. Because one of them was... They just stood there with their guns shooting me. Thank you. Well, thank you. Get this boy up. Give him that back rub. He didn't have sneak on, see? There was no bubbles floating around him. He wasn't sneaking. Doesn't that new drip after the previous patch, though? That was a close call. My thanks. As I was leading the soldiers away, I caught sight of the poor fellow being pursued. I went to help, but was rather out of my depth. You're lucky you found us when you did. He turned off sneak to help. See? You can't do that as a gatherer. You go on the real world, you can turn sneak off. You've got HP, but you got nothing. What are you gonna do? Heart of the land, the crocodile biting you. Erenville, so glad you're safe. We were quite worried when we couldn't find you. We encountered soldiers on the way here. Most paid us no mind, but some turned out to be hostile. There's no way to tell until they set on you. The ones here also attacked without any warning. If I hadn't been paying attention, could have ended badly. Hopefully the others were able to escape. I should return to the outskirts and take stock. That's a little more Irish-Scottish than Erenville's accent. Also, I don't know what his accent really is. He just rolls his letters like this a little bit when he talks. Which is that region, I guess. Even though he's from like a desert town, you think he'd be like more like not westernish sounded, but more like plains folk. But no, he's got, and his mom doesn't sound like that. He picked up his accent from all his travels, I'm assuming. That's what what the conceit is. He's been a gleaner for so long. No one thought Galulja might have been behind the attacks. They know that he would never make the soldiers do them harm. Even so, he feels responsible for the machine's actions. 'Tis a misplaced burden. I pray it drives him not to despair. What's weird is that if Calyx made some copy of what's his face, Zerolja, to assume the authority, how would he assume it when doesn't Galulja have it? So he has to override his. He's the only one that should have it right now. So I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. He just made his own accent. Bun Mom picked up the Alexandrian accent. Living 30 years with other cultures could do that. True. True. I mean, I don't even know how old Aaronville is. He's probably just older anime protagonist age. So like 24, maybe. So he's only been a gleaner for so long. I don't know if he's in his 30s or not. But also, Viera live like elves. They're like this game's another version of elves. They live for a long time. They're a longer lived people, right? So, because like Kafkiwa looks not old, but she's clearly many decades older than Aaronville. Well, was. Thank you for protecting everyone. Well, you shouldn't have to. None of this would have happened if I controlled the soldiers. Hey, see, even he notices. You should have the authority, so... We responded to Shale's call as quick as we could. Others are out keeping an eye on soldiers nearby. Didn't expect to see you again so soon. I'm going to thank you again for your earlier help. Yeah, Malachite's here? I guess he was out here doing deliveries? Or ushering someone? Situation here appears to have been resolved, but I doubt we've seen the last of such incidents. I didn't expect to see Malachite out here. Given his own trauma, I wonder if he'll be all right. He's a plant! Don't lie to me, boy. You working for Calyx? I will sword you, and then sword you, and then sword you, and then sword you. Just saying. Hey, I thought, don't Viera live quite a while? I thought they were like a couple hundred years of age kind of race. Obviously, like the humans in this game were still probably around 100 years. So I don't know if the wiki or anything like that. Well, if it pulls information from like the giant Final Fantasy XIV like compendium, that it has like age ranges and lifespans of the races in the game. But I thought that was one of Kafkiwa's little jokes, was how much older she is than Aaronville, but Viera stopped like physically aging after a while. They're kind of like Saiyans, I guess. You age to a point and then you look like that for the rest of your life. No matter how old you get in years, your physical form is just that. So I could be misremembering, but I thought that was how the Viera were like. And the women might live longer.
None the worse for the wear. But let's see what the situation is here.
I'm getting jump scared by all these voice cutscenes. I thought this was totally gonna be me reading out stuff. Holy crap.
Geode and his people came and joined us while we were searching for you. After which we happened to encounter Malachite. His usher duties brought him here, and he has quite the story to tell.
So yeah, so is this, that's what I was being told earlier, that he's just voiced by Oriange's voice actor to give him something to do in this patch?
It's a bit puzzling, to say the least. Even so, I'll try my best to explain.
Maybe. Oh, God.
I was called to attend to the unfortunate soul slain by the mechanical soldier.
That checks out.
Yet when I arrived, I found no body, only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered.
Yikes.
Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew what had become of it.
How odd. Did they remember the victim at least?
They did. Their memories of the deceased weren't sent to the cloud, I don't believe. Yet, no body remained.
If someone took it, surely they would have been noticed.
With your permission, I shall return to the government sector for now. Please take care.
Okay, maybe not a plant.
This is terrible. Why would they make the soldiers do this?
If preservation is behind the attacks, I fear this won't be the end of it.
All the Neo-Regulators have been distributed, and potentially 5,000 Endless are about to be born. What does Calyx hope to achieve with these killings? Does he seek to frighten people into registering them? Or perhaps...
Oh, my ear's ringing.
Thank the 12 you answered. Shale told me what happened. Is everything all right?
Well, it kind of is, but the background music tells me it's not, Graha. What the fuck?
I see. 'Tis a relief to hear that Erenville is safe. Alas, I do not have good news to share in return.
Yes, hence the music.
A driver lost control of his vehicle when its interface became unresponsive, and it crashed into the Nexus arcade, injuring several people. Kryl and I are helping to render aid, but with the sentries behaving strangely, we can't afford to lower our guard. Remain vigilant, my friend.
I just received word from the backroom. A hover cargo on TrueView threw off its driver, and it's rampaging through the area as we speak.
Alphino had a similarly troubling report for me. Apparently, a riderless machine in the government sector came to life near a crowd clamoring for Neo-Regulators. It proceeded to mow down several citizens, causing serious injuries.
This is a tragedy. We must go and help the people.
Oh.
Sphene, wait! I'm coming with you!
Alphino is with Y'shtola, and he said they'll be all right. I'll go and see if other incidents have occurred elsewhere. From here, I'll head towards the quarry by way of the Drift Downs.
Certainly a lot of hover cargoes coming and going in those parts. I'll join you.
I shall remain here and speak further with the locals. I have company now.
so you needn't worry about me.
Then let's return to Solution 9. If we hurry, we can catch up to Lamachi and Sphene.
Okay. So is Calyx trying to like sow confusion and fear, making it seem like the robots and stuff, the sentry guards and vehicles are short-circuiting, freaking out, which, wow, more of this. This happened happened before, to scare people. Fear of death. Some yellow hair.
Sphene's gone on ahead. I leave her with you.
Ooh. Little wipe cut action. Nice.
Bloody things have gone mad.
My voice wasn't far off, okay?
Why is this happening?
Get fire forward.
Yeah. Surely there's a finite number of these things.
Everyone, please try to remain calm and make your way to resolution. This is just like before, when Zelenia unleashed the soldiers on us. I don't have any souls left. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Yep.
No, you don't! Are you all...
No! No! Why did you do that? Why? You can't just leave me alone like this! If we had been endless then, you'd still be here. You'd still be with me. But now...
Yep. Get sorted.
Are you all right?
So many hurt. So many dead. This is wrong. This is all wrong.
Take the 12, you are all unharmed. No Alpha, no voice. Damn. Just small solace amidst this tragedy, however. Machine rampages seem to have only been temporary. Soldiers and vehicles alike ceased to operate all at once, as if they had fulfilled their purpose. Yep. Same outside Everkeep. The members of Oblivion are keeping watch for good measure. Friendship circle! The first attacks came shortly after the announcement the Neo-Regulators had run out. Can't have been a coincidence. Nope. I struggle to imagine that anyone but Calyx could gain control of the soldiers. Must have served his ends in some way. Yep, just so fear. Kalulja, are you still without your authority? It's fine now. I'm in control again. We might take this opportunity to shut down the machines. There's no guarantee this won't happen again. Why might you just talk with Everkeep's administrators about that? I said it wasn't so simple. The mechanical soldiers don't only serve as guards, they also perform various vital tasks like providing medical treatment and managing food production. Shut them down, we struggle to render aid to the citizens, let alone restore their lives to normal. I made it so they can't use weapons anymore, though. Hopefully that makes it a little safer. That seems the best approach for now. Thank you for your swift action, Kalulja. This powerlessness, I can't abide it no longer, or I can abide it no longer. No matter how much hardship and loss we could endure if there was but happiness at the end. Yet all I see now is suffering and misery. Yeah, welcome back to being awake. I cannot bear it. I want to protect the people for their happiness. I'll do anything and everything. So please lend me your aid. Obviously. That's the point. Sphene, you found the words I wish you'd said back then. Our strength is yours, Sphene. Together we'll get through this. Let's split up and get to work. It'll trouble you to report to Shale, my friend. Now the question is there were like battle scars and ruin stuff in the city now in normally? Well, it doesn't. I don't think the game doesn't phase like that. We're just back here already. Oh, yeah, this will be the end. There'll be a cutscene, most likely, but couriers and cleaners are clearing the way of the wrecks and vehicles, away the wrecks, the vehicles and soldiers. The first step to getting things back to normal. Malachite and his fellows are tending to the deceased. His trauma must make the work difficult, but he's determined to do what he can. It pains me that the people were made to suffer, even more so after such hardship and tragedy. But you and yours saved many lives. I cannot thank you enough. Been a trying day, but it seems the worst is behind us. What's the situation out there now? Not good. Ish. You've moved quickly to restore things to normal. Thank you. While disarming the soldiers is indeed prudent, it is far from comprehensive measures when vehicles can be commandeered to inflict damage and sow chaos. For the time being, I'll set our people to keeping a close watch on machines. I also have a mind to consult the authorities about enlisting hunters to our aid. Oh. I must regain my proficiency with magic. To that end, I shall seek advice from Y'shtola and Alisaie. Yo, Sphene as a caster in the next patch. Even though it sounded like she was doing white magic. So, healing stuff. She could do a little bit of black. Maybe she could be a red mage. I don't know. If she's talking to the two of them. Y'shtola was originally a conjurer. Before white mage. That's the pre-white mage thing. And then she just became a black mage later on down the line. So. Okay. Among the books we recovered from the castle was a grimoire I once used. Hope to learn to wield it again, as everyone else's side. Oh, so scholar magic. Scholar summoner? Okay. Could be that regard. Scholar summoner, yeah. Well, she said she used to be able to use restorative magic, which I guess technically summoner has physic, but like, do they really? If you play summoner and that spell's on your bars, take it off. What are you doing? It doesn't do anything. Take it off your bars. It's the exact same spell that Scholar has, yes, but it scales with spirit, not intellect. It scales with mind, sorry, mind. Yeah. It scales with the healer stat, not the caster stat. So it literally heals you for like 4,000 and you have 200k HP. It's great for below level 15. You cannot fight this. There's no rationale here. Stop. As for the key, I think it's best that it remains in your care, though it means you will bear the greater risk. Yo, I don't have that piece on me. Yeah, put that in my pocket. In order to ease your burden, I shall endeavor to become a capable warrior and make Otis and Zelenia proud. Yeah, that's cool. She'll be in the next dungeon. In the next patch, maybe. She'll be like an NPC character. Maybe. Or we could be getting hardcore debated and she freaking dies. There's so many characters in this game. Now, the two ways that it happens, as your roster of characters grow, in any media property, movie, TV show, video game, whatever, usually they have to just somehow get forgotten about. Oh, they dead. That's how it works. Cutscene.
By illness weakened, by wounds unmade, by age decayed. Such fragile flesh is worthless to us. How mankind should evolve, shall evolve. I have already arrived at the answer. The time is come to pose a new question.
Reprieve from death, but at what cost? For endless life, a legion lost. Yeah, that's going to be the theme for probably the next two patches then, I imagine. Well, at least the next patch because then if they're going to do 0.4 and 0.5 and 0.55 lead into the next expansion, or they could push this story to 0.4 and then 5 and 5.5 are just the expansion teases. Depends, because the previous formula of how they were doing expansion and patch content to lead into the next one, it's obviously can be different now because we've restarted with DAWNTRAIL, and this is a new. And even then, like the first half of DAWNTRAIL now, maybe the first like 70% is just world building, because none of that has any bearing on any of this happening right now. None of that. The only connection is Zeralja. So it's all totally a different connection point now, for sure. Oh yeah, people did. I saw the post that like Graha's no longer in. Yeah. All right, Lormi. Gosan is helping us coordinate efforts with the administration here in Alexandria. We have to work hand in hand to ensure that the people can get back to their normal lives. I worry about Gululja though. I know he's still frustrated that we couldn't do anything to stop the machines. If only there was a way to take his mind off things. Don't worry, the exploration battle zone will be out in 7 weeks or so, and then in about 3.5 weeks from now we'll have cosmic exploration, because while all this terrible shit is happening in Alexandria, let's distract ourselves because we can't find Calyx, and let's just go build a base on the moon and ride mechs. Fuck yeah. I'll dedicate myself first to healing magics so I may help treat people's wounds. It will be a time-consuming process to reacquire my abilities, but a necessary one that I dare not rush, even though there's no telling when Calyx will make his next move. I'm gonna give you about 20 weeks. 18 maybe. You got time. So healing magic first, so Scholar, if she uses a grimoire. Okay. Which sort of makes sense if she's a queen. Scholar is tactical magic. That's like kind of their vibe, is their backline tacticians. That's their buff. Even though also they're just like Tonberry people. Like, I don't know, whatever. Raha and Alphino patrol the city while Y'shtola and Alizé continue treating Levin's sickness and those injured in the attack. I shall stay here to help coordinate efforts, so I suggest taking opportunity to get some rest. I will not. I have a raid series to get to because some bad shit happening apparently in the Arcadian too. I couldn't fight them, but I couldn't even get my authority back when it was stolen. So what good am I? I need to find a way to be more useful. You know, you need Gululja, you need a mech suit. Become Lizard Iron Man. Iron Lizard. I don't know. For the time being, the plan is to send out rotating patrols while I attempt to determine exactly what happened with the King of Resolve's authority. While a more comprehensive solution would be preferable, it's difficult to commit to anything knowing Calyx might have already accounted for the possibility. We have no choice but to be ready to respond in multiple ways at a moment's notice in about 18 to 20 weeks. Anything from me, Geode? We set up patrols outside, so I came back here to see how things are. Unfortunately, although we stopped the rampaging hover cargoes, now we have to deal with delays in electrope transports and slowdowns in production. Complications will likely continue for some time. So she said they're around the city. I wonder if they're actually around somewhere. Like, can you go around the city and find them, like Alphino and Raha, just around somewhere? That would be cool if they're no longer in the back room. Sometimes they will be. Like, that's the end of major expansions. The NPCs will be places in the world. So I wonder if they are just around somewhere. But that is going to do it. That is Seekers of Eternity. That is... Sorry, I've got marching ants. That is really good. I would almost... I mean, we needed DAWNTRAIL to set the stage for this stuff. But 7.1 was pretty... It was okay. It was like more DAWNTRAIL setup. Because it was all about Koana's story. And then like the half of the last quest was this setup. And that was like probably the best, most intriguing part. And then all of this has been great. This is a great patch. The fact that it's super voice acted, also a huge thumbs up. That's great, because the 7.1 was not really. And then again, it's probably the best thing in Dawntrail so far, story-wise. I mean, some main parts of like the latter chunks of Dawntrail I thought were really cool. Once we got like the story rolling, once stuff was happening and we weren't just making tacos, that's again cool for world building, but like as the story is doing something. And the whole like Pokemon badges stuff with Wooklamot was kind of because then her character growth sort of stunted. This was cool to see her character growth because she was very talking to the people, that Queen Regent from the other nation, when she walked away with Milos's mom to explain like the immigration process, I guess. Like, it's very queenly acts, right? She wasn't just all like axe and fight and my people, I'm angry. She has a bit more of that growth of being more diplomatic now, which is sort of what I was hoping for in Dawntrail, but she was just like, me, big cat girl, axe me angry, smash, right? So that's cool to see they're actually at least turning that dial. That's very neat. And of course, now we have to complicate things with another brand new freaking character in actual biological Sphene. But really cool. I enjoyed that a lot. Thank you for watching. If you're watching live, the Arcadian raid series will be up next. That might just be one big video though, because it's just all 4 bosses and there's no cutscenes like this. It's all just reading. So that is next. And then after that, Savage videos. So again, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Where's the button? I push this button right here.